is you'll find that it's tougher to get a premium that's predictable because you don't have internal data. You may not have data that is industry-wide, and you have to worry about. You have to try to anticipate what the losses are. And of course, if you don't have the losses, the service will say, "Well, you never had the risk." And I say to the service, nobody buys insurance hoping that it'll pay off. I mean, thinking about that. You don't buy insurance hoping that you'll get it. And I'm fighting that battle now. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you flip the slides in?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it? Okay.
Be happy to. I'm fighting the good fight for all of us, though.
I'll bet.
And as I say sometimes in this presentation, so I'll say it now, if you all have this problem, I will defend you to your last dollar. Go ahead.
There we go. And he means it. And number 4 is getting at risk distribution, obviously.
Yes. And that's this issue that's in court now with Rent-A-Center.
And the whole thing is, am I taking my dollars, and my good friend Chaz will bring up his red dollar, blue dollar, green dollar in a minute. But, if you're looking at who's paying for the loss, you want to make sure that someone else other than the person with the loss is paying. Their dollars are coming back to them. Jeff?
He's from England, so wait for the mic.
He doesn't understand what wait.
Apologies. My question is, would that be the same if it was a reinsurance situation? So you use the captive to pool risk and then cede the vast majority to a reinsurer who would then pay claims back?
No.
No.
The IRS has actually, surprisingly enough, said if you have one reinsured, so I'm the captive in the back, the fronting company is the pool. They say for purposes of risk distribution, you can look through to the ultimate insureds, and if they would have met the tests for whether or not you've got good insurance, then you've got good insurance as the reinsurer, even though you've only got one policy.
So the key is the look through. Did we meet the test on the front end? So that the fact that one reinsurer is paying all of it, it's passing through that company and going out. So
yeah, and that's Rev Rule 2009-26, and there's a slide back in the back on that.
We're going to look and see whether our captive is operating as an independent entity. Why? I've got a board of directors. It's the same board of directors that my other organizations got. Are we an independent entity?
Yeah, and I think you have to operate independent of the operating side. So, for instance, I always like for my captive to have its own assets, have its own investments in its own name, not to be part of the greater empire's investment portfolio, not to have this this intercompany account that never gets cleared out. And the second part of that is, can the captive still function if its largest investment fails? That's a twist on the question about whether or not you got risk transfer, because if I'm a real live commercial insurance company, then I can maybe only have, say, 3 to 5% of my admitted assets in any investment, even if it's Microsoft bonds or Walmart bonds. And so if I want to have a loan back of 20 or 30 or 50% of my admitted assets, that's pretty far away